The Village Lifestyle videos, brought to you by The Village Carverau. In this video, you will learn a bit about gardening and a bit about cooking, because that both belongs together in a way. You will learn my noodle recipe and how to grow leek forever in your garden or in a pot if you want. And the last bit, I'll show you a bit of a fire hazard that we're having working with hot oil or hot butter.
Hey! So today I'm gonna show you how to make a delicious meal for as little as $3.74. Let's see if we can see that proper on here. Hopefully, something. Sometimes even cheaper. And utilize your garden that you have in front of your unit, or you can also plant it in a pot, and get all year round free leek just by buying one of these. Now, the important bit here is when you buy the leek, look that you get it on special, otherwise it's $3 and yeah. So when you buy the leek, look if you can find something where you have a bit of root on here. It doesn't have as much to be as much as here, but some of them have the entire root bit cut off, and then you won't be able to grow anything out of this. So, but we come to this later. The other thing you need is this kind of instant noodles. I've seen them as cheap as $1 for a 1/5 pack, but there's also bigger packs and plenty of options to save money. I do not like them as a soup. We're gonna make fried noodles out of this with the leek. Now, first things first, in order to keep the leek and grow leek all year round so you don't have to buy those anymore, all you need to do is to cut off about a handful, 4 fingers wide, of the leek, like this. And you're going to keep the part with the roots, and you plant that in your garden. I show you a little bit later how that works. For now it's just important, you see how it is still very fresh up here, so we want to keep it dry and let it dry for a little bit. So we leave that somewhere for drying until it is until you can't feel it being moist up here anymore. So I'll leave that in the window. And now all you need to do with the leek is you sort of clean this yellowish leaf out of here, and that can go in the compost, of course. And the rest of it we wash. Sorry, I can't wash it in front of the camera, otherwise the camera gets wet, but you know the drill. So we're gonna wash that. And cut it up in nice little pieces. We can do it a bit bigger. So I'm going to speed that up here because obviously I'm not a chef, so I can't go like tick, tick, tick. And now with those, it's always good to have like a plastic container to keep the leeks in your fridge, because you won't be able to use them all just in one meal. So we just put them in the plastic container. For later. Now with those, as soon as you can take it apart, you see there's a bit of dirt inside those. So it's good as soon as you have the front bit off to wash that again. Take it apart like this and wash the leaves. So I wash that here again off camera, and then keep them stacked together like that. It makes it easier to cut them, and then we'll just keep on cutting. And then you see here outside you have this not so nice bits, so if you come across those, just cut them off. That goes in the compost. We got a couple more. Compost. We can have a look here. Let's just cut it all off. Compost. Oh, so about a handful of leek like this is all we need for one big meal. So what I do is, oops, this can go in the fridge. For next time. And that stays here for our fried noodles. So out in the garden, you see, well, you couldn't see that in the previous video, but here it's not wet anymore. You don't have the, it's not super dry, but you can sort of go over it and you won't feel any kind of moisture anymore. And this we just plant about to here in the ground in the garden, and you can use many spots even if there's already some. You see here some peppermint already and some rosemary. The plant gets about 1 meter high, but it usually finds its way around as long as it has enough water. So you see I just dig a little hole here, and some weed in between. Nicely planted in here. Gotta make sure that it has enough water. Now, let's see if we can move that around a bit. I'll just take the camera off. And sorry if it's getting shaky. But I already have different stages here. So that one is the one that we just planted. This one is one that I planted about a bit more than a week ago, and you can probably see how it's, get the plants away, how it's already growing like this. So that was cut off exactly like that one, and now it's growing the leaves back. This one here is about 3 weeks old. And if you look over here, that one is about 6 weeks. 6 weeks, 2 months. Now you see all the little leeks here, like those. They are from seeds from last year. And the great thing with those is they are very nice, and you can just cut the top off of one of those and use that, and it will grow back all year round. The big ones, the ones that you grow out of the root bit, they will grow very fast, very big, and then they flower, and you get a lot of seeds out of that. But you can already, as you can see here, also use the leaves, especially the ones inside. You can use those to cook, and that way you get a really big amount of fresh leeks from your garden, and you don't have to buy them anymore. Now back from the garden, we can now start frying our noodles. And for that, for the sake of simplicity, I'm using a little camping gas cooker here, but a hot stove is working as well, a hot plate. Well, it's just a bit easier with working with that and the camera. And then you need a pot like this. And what I like to do is to give it a bit of a fried onion flavor, to put the butter in here, just a little bit butter, but you can also use oil and fry it with that. So we just heat it up. So just see how that looks on the camera. Can you see that? Not too well, so we better move that a bit around. That's the advantage of the portable pot. Yeah. So as soon as the butter is melted, not fizzling melted, just melted. This is already fizzling a bit. You put the leek in there. It's actually a bit easier with electric hot plate because it's not heating up so fast as the gas. Stir it around a bit. Let's just see if I can. While that one is frying, we can open it up. With the scissors. Take 2 packs, but of course it works with 1 pack as well, or if you're really hungry for it. And the next thing you need to prepare is some hot water. Ideally use a jug for that, because it goes faster and is more energy efficient than heating up the water on a hot plate. So we just stir that around a bit. It's already has the nice smell, onionish smell. And get those open. That looks good. Just a little bit more, so that they have so that the end bits are a bit fried on there. I'm not too sure if you can see that. Of course, it depends on how fried you like it. I suggest to have it not too heavily fried to keep the vitamins in there. Yep, so just turn that off so it doesn't get too hot. So with a hot plate, of course, you've got to take it off the hot plate, but since I can turn the gas off, I just turn it off. Put that in there. Take out the package with the spices. Open this one up. Another spice package. The rest of the noodles. I don't know if you can hear it, but the water just boiled, so we gotta hurry up a bit. Spices on top. And the freshly hot, boiling hot water on top. I'm not too sure if you can see that, but you don't really want to go too much water because the water needs to be boiled off to get the noodles fried, but we first need some water to... Yeah, it's a bit hard to see, I think. Let me have a look at the camera. Yeah. So what you want is for this 2-pack in a pan like that or in a pot like that to have it not higher than about 1 centimeter on the bottom. And then you start it up again on a hot plate. You just put it back on the hot plate and turn the hot plate back on, and you start boiling the water away. So water is boiling. Of course, first we need to get the noodles nice and soft, and for that I use the lid to keep the heat and the steam there and let the noodles get soft. And as soon as they're soft, we can take the lid off, boil the water off, and start frying the noodles. But first we need to get them cooking in the spices, in the water with the spices and the fried leek. That can go into the rubbish. Looks like I gotta move the pack. Yeah, one is already soft, so I move it a bit down, the other one to get soft as well. That way. I'm not too sure if we need to speed that up here because it's really fast. Yeah, it's already soft. You see how fast it goes, so I take the lid off to get rid of the water and fry the noodles. And you see how fast the water is boiling off. Now it takes a little bit experience to get it done that quick and easy, like figure out the right amount of water and so on so far. In the end of the video I will show you a couple of what not to do things. And yeah, so it's getting there. There's no water anymore on the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. There's pretty much nothing there anymore. And so we're frying it right now to get the noodles nice and brownish. This is not something that you can just leave there and do something else. At this point you really have to watch the noodles, otherwise you gotta burn them on the pot and it will stuck on there. I have a bit of trouble getting the pot clean again, apart from the fact that the noodles are ruined. But yeah, if you keep on stirring like that, you can get nice fried noodles. I don't know if you can see that, but they already have this nice brown side on it. Yeah, that's now up to your liking how much you want to fry them in there. But yes, that's pretty much it. So we can just simply grab a plate. That's good enough for me. Just get all the nice little leek up here. Let's see if that's still on the camera when I do it here. Yes, it is. So. And needless to say, you can fry other things in your noodles as well. Doesn't just have to be leek. It's just leek is very nice because you can have it. Oh, I better turn that off. Because you can have it all year round with this little trick. But of course, if you have tomatoes or anything else in your garden, or got it for a cheap price somewhere, just fry it in there and see how it goes. Right, well, enjoy.
And here a fire warning.
And look, let's see that the batter is melting. Oops.
Thank you for watching. Up next, more cooking videos, more gardening videos, and more life hacks. Brought to you by TheVillage Lifestyle. See ya!